say this. I think where women have screwed up the game is women got to treat every guy like he's ugly. Don't give the rich man. Don't no. Let me tell you why. Because if the guy is ugly, you're not checking for
Yep.
him as much.
Hey,
You're not checking for him as much. If you don't got that much money, you ain't checking for him as much. What
That's
happens
part.
is when
That's
they
part
get
of the problem. That's what you just said.
being
Is
too
part of
nonchalant
the,
is part of the fucking
that's
problem.
part of the. No, you treating the guy that's ugly, the guy that's not rich, like a piece of shit. He's the catch. He's actually the catch.
Satoshi.
He's the
no,
catch
but
because the guy that you trying to treat, the guy that's rich, that's the guy that
Yeah,
got
that's
the options. That's the guy that's gonna leave you hanging. That's the guy that's gonna dip out for 6 months at a time and come back. That's the guy that's now broke dudes can do the same thing. Don't get it wrong. But what I'm saying is that mindset that you just described is part of the problem in the black community.
well, you gotta let me finish the whole statement because the whole statement is we're saying the same thing. What happens is they make the exception for the rich guy, for the attractive guy. And that's why I said you gotta treat every guy how you would treat if he was ugly. Because if the rich guy was ugly or broke, you wouldn't be stunting him. You're only calling him back 6 weeks later because he got the money or because he's attractive. But if you didn't like him, if he was ugly to you, you would keep it moving. So this is why I'm saying in the mindset of the women to communicate, no guy is the exception. Okay, don't make
no,
no, no, guy, no.
wait. We're not
What?
we're not going to do that.
No, you can't.
Michael
Two
Jordan,
things can't be true, Rashad.
listen. LeBron James decided he wasn't going to play in the All-Star game an hour before the All-Star game. You know why he's able to do that? Because he's LeBron James. Life is full of exceptions. We can't. No. We're not going to do that. Life is full of exceptions. You have to make exceptions for exceptional people. Because what's the point of being exceptional if you're not going to make exceptions for an exceptional person? That's the whole point of being exceptional.
Okay. Shout out to LeBron James. We're not talking about basketball. We're talking about dating, and we're talking about how we're going to be treated. Hold on, let me get this out. But you gotta let me get this out. It doesn't matter at the end of the day if he's rich, if he's treating you like, if he's not showing up for you, if he's not there for you. What does his money matter? What does his access matter? What does his good looks matter if you are not benefiting from it, if he's not going to treat you the way you should be treated? And this is why I'm saying do not make exceptions for treatment because it does not matter at the end of the day. LeBron James has a wife. Only his wife gets his treatment. So if you want to be a wife, no matter who LeBron James is, that position's taken. Keep it moving. You don't make an exception for that. If you want to be a wife, he's a married man. So we're talking about relationships.
Kendra, let me reframe the question. You make exceptions for exceptional people. Meaning, if somebody's treating you bad, you don't make exceptions for that. But what I'm saying is that you're gonna make exceptions for if it can't call you for a day, you making an exception for him. Because he's not a regular person. So there's a reason why he's not calling you, right? He's traveling, he's working. He's going to be able to provide a certain lifestyle that
building for the future.
It's a thing called a seesaw. You yourself have to be willing to accept certain things and make exceptions for certain things if you want the benefits and the rewards of certain things. No benefit comes without risk. Right.
But what's the benefit of, but I got to jump in and let me tell you why I still disagree with this, because I understand Ian has this wonderful lifestyle. He's an exceptional man. But what I'm learning is that's not what I need or what I want. I want a man that I can see 5 days a week. I want a man that can show up for me when I need him to show up for me. Now, I respect that Ian is this amazing man, but what I'm learning is his exceptional manhood is not the man for me. Because he can't show up for me when I need it. And we're kind of saying the same. This is why when I don't want to I hate the word ugly, but I just use that because these are the men that a lot of times women can disregard easily, right? Like if they feel like he don't got money, he's not attractive, they keep it on push easy, right? But then they make the exceptions for the men that you're describing. But I'm going to stand 10 toes down. Do not make exceptions for those men if you know they can't provide you what you want in the long term. If they're not going to show up for you in the way you want to be showed up for, if your goal is to be a wife and you know that this man is exceptional and yes, he got access, but he's never going to be my husband, keep it on push because that's what happens. You just waste your time for an exceptional man who's never going to lock you down.
Quick question for you. Do you think because of social media, men and women, both disregard each other and discard of each other too quickly because they think they have more options than they really do?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a buffet. Really, here's the deal: if you want to, if you are a long term dater, the world is of your oasis. Like you can date forever, and there's a lot of options for dating, nights, weekends, maybe months. You know, but I do stand if you are looking for marriage. I don't think that pool is as wide. I think
No.
most people who are looking for someone married to marry, they have particular things that have to align for that. And then you will learn that that pool isn't as wide as the pool as a serial dater. But some people are happy with serial dating. Like not everybody wants to get married. Like there's some people have decided that, listen, I can live a fulfilled, happy life without becoming a husband or without becoming a wife. It's a new time. You know, it's not the time back. There's a lot of women who are doing well financially, so they can afford to pay for their lifestyle. You know, back in the day, Big Mama didn't have an option. You know, she had to deal with Big Daddy's bullshit because even if she didn't care, you know, she couldn't afford to leave. Also, she didn't have social media to throw it in her face. You didn't meet the other children to the funeral. Right? It wasn't until you met your other aunt and your other uncle that he had a whole family down south until the funeral. It wasn't a Snapchat, an IG, or Facebook that you can watch it in real time, and that makes it more difficult to accept. So I think you got to decide what type of dating style you want. And I want to go back to Rashad because I know Rashad's sitting here as an exceptional man. We've had these off-record conversations. No, you should give me grace. I deserve at least 3 months. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't deserve no 3 months. A girl should decide as she's dating you within a few weeks how you're treating her. Is this what she wants? You know, do the benefits that you provide benefit her?
Kendra. You run a show called Singles, right?
I do.
So that means everybody that comes on your show is single, right?
Yes. And well, yes. And I will say this just to, yes, sometimes we get married people looking for a person to add on. We get transgender people. Yes.
That was
I get a lot. Yeah.
And
a lot sometimes it's the wife. Yeah.
That was a spicy one. But all right, let's talk about because we talk about that too. But let's talk about this. When I say unrealistic expectations, right? You telling a woman that she should have 2 weeks of dating, and then from that 2 weeks of dating, it should be a decision on that's unrealistic.
Okay, I agree with that. Yes. What I'm saying is weeks. I'm just saying that yes, I can agree with you there. 2 weeks is not enough time. So we agree on that. But what I will say, because we were more so talking about exceptional, and you brought LeBron James, who really is not even a good example because he's a unicorn. Like some people say they're a unicorn. No, LeBron James literally is a unicorn walking our planet. He's one of one, right? We can't compare him to pretty much anybody. But I guess what I'm saying overall, and this is why I said treat every man like he's ugly. A lot of times women make a lot of exceptions for men of your caliber, and there could be some grace, but at some point in time, you got to recognize what do you want. Like women say that they're the prize, but then they become the chaser. You can't be the prize and the chaser.